Severe avoidants are often addicted to dating apps. The dating app provides the avoidant with the external validation that they so desperately crave. Avoidants, and it doesn't matter whether they're a dismissive or a fearful avoidant, they have a low self-esteem. They have a lack of self-worth. Sometimes they can be good at masking this. However, their behavior really does give the big reveal. This is a person that needs external validation. They don't know how to internally validate themselves. And the dating apps are quick and easy access to that validation. They get the attention. They get to feel desired. Every time they get a like or a comment or somebody swipes right, it gives them that dopamine hit. It temporarily makes them feel better about themselves. It helps them avoid the painful emotions that they're trying to not process. It is a method of avoiding. It's a distraction. And it can be quite an addiction for severe avoidance. Avoidants are more prone to addiction in general because addiction is a method of avoiding. It gives a dopamine rush, it numbs any kind of painful emotions, and it gives the distraction that they so desperately need. Dating apps fall right into this category. It's very common for a severe avoidant to secretly stay on the apps while they're dating you. Or when the relationship is over, they quickly hop right back onto the apps, and it makes you feel like your relationship with them never even mattered. What it really means is that this person is looking for a way to feel better about themselves, and they're looking to get that external validation as well as a distraction. Dating apps have a high percentage of avoidance on there, even more so than real life. And the reason being is because it is perfect for the avoidant to get that validation, to get that distraction, and to get that dopamine. It's very important to screen partners on the apps very carefully because sometimes they actually reveal the fact that they might be avoidant without even saying so. Look for profiles that don't have anything other than pictures. If the person doesn't want to write about themselves, that is a good chance they might be an avoidant. Avoidants feel very uncomfortable often talking about themselves or revealing anything about themselves. So if it's just pictures and they don't answer any of the prompts, it's a possibility this person might be an avoidant. Another potential sign that this person is avoidant is when they put that they're looking for something casual or just figuring it out or short-term, open to long-term, something along those lines. What they're doing is they're telegraphing their fear of commitment. Keep in mind, in the avoidant mind, commitment equals abandonment. Because if you commit to somebody, you have to be vulnerable with them. It's implied. And vulnerability means that somebody figures out that they are unlovable and rejects and abandons them. That's why they fear commitment. So they will often put it out there that they're not looking for something long-term, serious, and committed. That is a big avoidant red flag. Another sign is when they put that they are fiercely independent or hyper-independent or free-spirited or something along those lines. What they're doing is telegraphing their fear of engulfment. Fear of engulfment is the fear of losing themselves in a relationship to somebody who's ultimately going to reject and abandon them. This goes back to childhood where the avoidant was emotionally neglected, and they learned that the only person they could rely on for their emotional needs was themselves. So they really fear losing themselves and losing their independence because that's what they've learned to rely on their whole lives. Many of them even had parents that were overly involved in their lives, overly controlling, while still emotionally neglectful. So they felt smothered by their parents and they fear this as an adult. Another line that avoidants love to use is, "Catch me if you can." It sounds playful, it sounds fun, but the reality is they're telling you they're probably not wanting to be caught. So there are quite a few of them out there, and it really does help to do a more thorough screening process. Even ask this person if they are aware of what their attachment style is. Some might just straight up tell you, "I'm avoidant." If they know about attachment and they are not avoidant, they'll tell you so as well. Now, they could still be fearful avoidants that are not aware of their avoidant side, but it is somewhat of a green flag if this person knows about attachment theory, since avoidants are far less likely to look into this stuff. However, the dating apps are full of avoidance, and it really does pay off to do your homework, to screen these people carefully. You can find a good partner on the apps, they do exist. But it requires diligence and the willingness to hold boundaries once you start dating somebody. Because your boundaries are your sword and shield. What you want, what you don't want, what you need, what you don't need, what you'll tolerate, what you won't tolerate. Because if this person starts to display red flag behavior that you don't like and you allow it, you're setting yourself up to be in a longer relationship with somebody who's ultimately emotionally available and that is going to break your heart. Protect your heart with your boundaries. It's important to do. But also, if your avoidant ex jumped right back on the dating apps, or if they never left the apps, it's not a reflection of you. It doesn't mean that you did anything wrong or you don't matter. What it means is that this person is so insecure that they actually need that external validation so desperately that they don't know how to internally validate themselves, and they look to the apps as a way to feel better. It's not a reflection of you.